Shalom and welcome to another in our series of podcasts from Temple Beth Am, a dynamic center for conservative Judaism in Los Angeles. This is Meditation and Mindfulness with Rabbi Adam Kligfeld.
Good morning to everyone who's here in the sanctuary Temple Beth Am and to those who are joining on Zoom. Hello to anyone who might be joining live on Facebook via my profile or Temple Beth Am's page. And hello and whatever salutations are proper to anyone who might be listening to this on the Temple Beth Am podcast, whatever time of day it is, wherever you are. We made it to another Friday, our last Friday of 2023. Obviously, in the Jewish consciousness, there's no odometer shifting on Sunday night in the Jewish consciousness, but we live a modern Western world as well, and there is some sense of a coda to a year of existence. It's not been an easy year for the Jewish people or for the world. I suppose you can say that almost every end of a year, but it feels pretty intense right now, which makes it both harder to pull back and pull in and luxuriate in the self, and it makes it more important, right? It's not inappropriate to pull into one's mind. It's not a retreat from the world. It's trying to form and forge a self that is better prepared to confront whatever it is, the day and the month and what next year is going to offer us. I want to offer a meditation that is built on a teaching I did last Shabbat afternoon. We had nearly 100 people at my home for Shabbat Mincha because we relocated services because of the protest that was planned. And I brought a midrash that several people had said that they had confronted before, but never in the original, that imagines Jacob at the end of his life in Parshat Vayechi, being nervous that the people who are going to they're going to go from being sons to tribes and be the ancestors of the Jewish people, nervous that they have doubts about this tradition and doubts about this God. And he brings them around to him and he basically asks them, are you having second thoughts about the Holy One, the creator of the universe? And the Midrash does a wordplay on the sentence of the Shema. And even though we know in the sentence of the Shema, the word Yisrael in context is God saying to the Jewish people in the desert, listen up, Israel. Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Adonai is our God, Adonai is one. The Midrash says that the sons of Jacob, who's also known as Israel, are saying to him, listen, Yisrael, listen, Dad. Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. We accept your God. We understand that God is one. We understand that God is a unitary force, and we commit to perpetuating that. So the Midrash imagines that as the most significant moment in monotheism. It's when the one whose name was changed because he wrestled with God is assured by his descendants it's going to continue. It's a fantasy, but it's still very poignant. And so what I want us to meditate on is, and I'll lead you there in the meditation, is who is the Yisrael in your life? Who is the ancestor that you know or you didn't know, to whom it would be most meaningful for you to say, I'm living this world. I'm living this Jewish life. I'm carrying on something that was so important to you. Through me, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad, that God is one. So that's where I'm going to ask you to go. And whoever is conjured in your mind when you get there, one person or an array of people will be the right people, because your mind will tell you where it is you need to take this. Okay, with that in mind, a longer introduction that I had in mind, I invite you to close your eyes. And allow the wakeful silence to start doing its magic. The rare experience of closing your eyes not to sleep, and not even to rest, or not the standard kind of rest, but to become more awake, more alert, more focused. You can start sensing the way your body is changing and appreciating this chosen quiet moment. And think of breathing as a delicacy, because it is. To turn your breathing from automatic to a spiritual choice. To breathe in from your nose and out through your mouth, calming and grounding and centering your nervous system, so that these moments are markedly different than just 5 minutes ago or 15 minutes from now. I want you to conjure an ancestor. Could be a parent, or a grandparent, a great-grandparent, someone whose face you know, someone whom you personally love, someone in your Jewish family tree for whom Judaism and Torah were significant. Or it can be someone from history, either mythical or real. A Torah sage from hundreds of years ago, or Rabbi Akiva, or Abraham, or Moses. Someone whom you attach to the unbroken line of transmission from the beginning of our people until today, whom might have wondered, as we all do, will this continue? Will it live on after me? What will Judaism look like in my descendants? And as you conjure that person's face, whether you knew the face or you're creating it in your mind, I want you to hear yourself saying these words in your mind. Replace Yisrael from the Shema with this person's name, and tell this person, hear yourself saying it, Shema, and then the person's name, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Listen, your inheritance is secure. What you bequeathed is a treasure. Through me, the name and the word of God, the God of our people and the God of all peoples, is alive and strong and passed down. And take your imagination to one level further and picture this person's response. What does it feel like for them to learn from the grave, from the beyond, that what was so important to them is important to you? Shema Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. Shema Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. When you're ready, you can open your eyes. I'm going to share the closing prayer on the screen, and we can say it together here in the room. And we say this 3 times. May we and all beings have happiness and the causes of happiness. May we all be free of suffering and the causes of suffering. May we all experience true happiness that has no taint of suffering. May we live in great equanimity, free from burdening attachment to loved ones, contempt for others, but rather with compassion for all. May we and all beings have happiness and the causes of happiness. May we all be free of suffering and the causes of suffering. May we all experience true happiness that has no taint of suffering. May we live in great equanimity, free from burdening attachment to loved ones and contempt for others, but rather with compassion for all. May we and all beings have happiness and the causes of happiness. May we all be free of suffering and the causes of suffering. May we all experience true happiness that has no taint of suffering. May we live in great equanimity, free from burdening attachment to loved ones and contempt for others, but rather with compassion for all. I say to you all, Shalom, and Namaste, Shabbat Shalom, and Happy New Year.
You have been listening to another in our series of podcasts from Temple Beth Am, a dynamic center for conservative Judaism in Los Angeles. If you enjoy these podcasts, we invite you to write a review on the Apple Podcast site or wherever you get your podcasts. For more information about Temple Beth Am Los Angeles, go to tbala.org.